Shall we begin?
What time is it? It's Q&A time! Sorry for the weird. Chill. Zen. Okay, guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Matticus Valentin Kole. Was he dancing? I was. Was there music? No, but... Alright, guys. At long last, I've finally compiled the last of the questions, and so we're going to go ahead and do that. Because I'm ready. Pick my brain like a scab filled with juice. And let's let the juice loose. Okay? I'm not going to do this in any particular order, but we're going to get right down to it. Oh, but there's a little bonus. I am hungry AF. I was going to do the video until after I got done eating my dinner, but it didn't work out that way, and I'm just kind of like, screw it. Alright? So, oh, Matt, what have we got? These are my crab rangoons. I went and ordered Chinese from the Golden Dragon Express here in San Antonio. They're fantastic if you're ever in San Antonio and you don't feel like going out, you don't feel like cooking, and you want fantastic Chinese takeout, Golden Dragon Express, choose nothing else. And I'm not getting paid for endorsing them. Whatever. Okay. So, as stated, this is going to be the Q&A video. I asked folks to give me questions. I asked the masses, and the few responded, which is fine. If every single one of my subscribers has submitted a question, the video would be 86 questions long, which honestly would be awesome because I could break it up into pieces and do a series. But as it is, we're gonna do this just one time. Okay, so. The first 5 questions came from the lovely Melissa at Poetic Temptation on Instagram. She's a sweetie pie and my buddy. And she asks, what bridges do you not regret burning? The thing about that is, if I'm escaping something and that bridge has got to go to keep my pursuers from getting me, I don't regret shit. But on a serious note, when we all live our lives and we're looking back on it, we can always think about missed opportunities or mistakes we were made in relationships or friends we should have paid more attention to, and that's a pretty long list. But honestly, I try to live my life in such a way that I don't live with things like regret for things that are past. The past, whether it's good or bad, it serves to teach me about what I should do in the now and how I can live differently in the future if my past is not a mirror as to what my future should look like. Does that make sense? So, is there a few things I would change? I'm sure there's one or two, but nothing I would really cite as an example, and I wouldn't change it because it would change who I am today. And I gotta stay moving forward. But it's a good question. The next question, my God, these are good. Most asks, if you were forced to relive 1 hour-long segment of your life again and again for all eternity, what part of your life would you choose? Okay. In that specific scenario, none. That is pretty much the definition of hell. Being forced to live over one moment, whether it be a horrible moment or even a wonderful moment, an hours long of time. Maybe that hour is A birthday party you went to when for a solid hour you were king or queen. Maybe it was your honeymoon. Maybe it was the birth of your first baby, or whatever it is that brings you joy. But listen how the question is formed. If you're forced to relive 1 hour long segment of your life again and again for all eternity, let's say you chose the best hour of your life. Absolute best, hands down. It wouldn't get any better than that. 20 years later, 80 years later, 127,000 years later, 7.9 million years later, I would be absolutely stark raving mad and in absolute suffering and horror pain after about 80 years. None. It's not a scenario I would ever want. That would be terrible. On the flip side, though, if we tweak it just a little bit and I'm able to relive 1 hour of my life over again anytime I wanted to, well, that hour is a little bit on the naughty side, and I'm not going to share that one. Okay, next question. Which of your scars is the best story? Well, I've got 2.5 scars. I've been fortunate. I got a few bangs and a few bruises and a few scrapes, but I've already told you the story about the scar I got on my shoulder, and you have to go to past videos to find it. And but probably the best story is the scar I've got over where my appendix used to be. And I'm going to tell you the story extremely briefly. I was 8. My appendix burst inside me and damn near killed me when I was 8 years old. And this was just a couple of days before Halloween. The cool part of the story is that I couldn't go trick-or-treating. I was in the hospital, possibly going to die. And my little brother Steve went door to door with an extra jack-o'-lantern bucket and said, can I have an extra piece of candy? It's for my brother. He's sick. Aww. Long story short, I survived. It was very touch and go. It was a miracle and a half. But I pulled through it, and that scar reminded me of the sweetness and the dedication and love of family. And, oh shit, death. Well, good question. Okay, next question as I eat my wonderful egg drop soup. Yeah, it's not vegan, but who gives a shit? What is the worst advice you've ever gotten and actually put to use? Well, that's an extremely fascinating question. Some of you know this about me and some of you don't. But in my day job, I'm a telemarketer. I've been a telemarketer for a long time, which is why you can't hurt my feelings, because everyone talks shit about us, about my profession, from dusk until dawn. How many times have you chewed out a telemarketer? Well, you get my point. Anyway, but I'm one of the good guys, okay? So let's not vilify me yet. But one thing that we talk about in telemarketing, to be successful at it, you got to be confident, you've got to know your script, and you have to have zero fear. And I don't have any fear whatsoever. But the thing is though, when I was learning how to do it, I learned it in a day and age in the late 80s or early 90s. And then they told me that I did not that the one thing that would really hurt my ability to be a telemarketer is caring. And by that meaning, they're trying to teach you how to build emotional walls up so all the negative stuff that you get throughout your day doesn't make you go crazy, which shit happens to a lot of people. It's a high-stress job. So, to me, it's the worst piece of advice I can get because I'm a very lovey-dovey individual. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I absolutely love people, and that's why I can honestly say that every telemarketing job I've ever had has been in some way or somehow provided a legitimate service to help people, whether it's home improvements or taking a survey or getting them new light bulbs or whatever. We always provided a legitimate service to help people, and I do that because I do care. I care a lot. I love people. I love humanity. I'm in love with humanity. And learning how to be a telemarketer is very contrary to my core nature. Because I just want to love people unapologetically. And they teach you to be aggressive. Be aggressive. I don't know. I don't think it's really good advice, but I've applied it. And I've gotten extremely successful at it. Interesting question. All right. The last question that she asked, that Melissa asked, was, what would you do if you knew you'd die in an hour? God damn. I thought about it. If I knew I was going to die in an hour, I would take whatever money I had left, and half of it I would give to charity, and then the other half I would spend on ridiculous amounts of junk food and die knowing the diabetic coma can't get me. And I guess while I'm doing that, scramble, and type out my last will and testament just to make sure that people know what to do with my shit. If I knew I was going to die in an hour. Oh, and I'd probably cry my fucking eyes out. I don't want to die. No one ever does. I mean, if I knew my end was coming, which, look, I'm immortal. So are you. Our ends are coming. But the chicken who died to make this soup died a lot sooner. We've all got to live our lives knowing that they'll eventually end. That's how we learn to treat each other better and learn how to be smarter with our decisions and not to waste the time that we've got. But I can't think of any activity that I can do within an hour that would be an all-encapsulating act that would allow me to go to the next life thinking, whew, at least I did that. You know what I mean? I would need more than an hour. A lot more. All right? And those are the questions from Melissa. Now, the next question came from my friend Mary, who asked, what's your going to bed routine? Why do you want to know, Mary? Well, I actually have two going to bed routines. If I'm by myself, my routine is go into my bed and put on a tank top and some shorts and watch YouTube or TV or something like that until I fall asleep. Pretty much what I do. You know? If I'm with somebody, if I've got sleepover company, ooh, saucy. No shorts, no tank top, ridiculous amounts of sex, and pass out. Just saying. Not every question needs a long answer. You know what I mean? Now I got a question. In China, they use chopsticks in order to eat their food, right? Okay? And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be ignorant over here. This actually just popped in my head and I'm kind of curious. They had soup. You can't eat soup with chopsticks. You can take the stuff out of soup to eat while you're doing that, but no spoons. How they eat the soup? I don't know. Can you feel the sarcasm? Oh shit, that's why I'm a bachelor. Okay, 2 questions left. Chopsticks. Chicken fried rice. Okay, the next one comes from my friend Derek, who asks, would you rather always be 10 minutes late or 20 minutes early? Derek asked this question because I know what he chooses. Let me tell you, and this is actually a thing with me, I hate being late. I think it's the laziest and most unprofessional thing you can do to begin your day. I would much always rather be 20 minutes early, get everything I need to get done, be on time, show respect to the job, do the job, go home. That's just the way it is, man. If I'm late, I'd rather not show. I'm that serious about it now. Being late just drives me nuts. I hate being late. I panic about it. It sucks. I hate being late. I hate being late. Oh my god. Freaking hate it. Okay. Last question. Before we get into it, guys. If you stayed this long, I love you. I really do. I know it's hard to stay past the video more than 10 minutes, but I do this for you and for me because it's fun. But guys, thank you so much I want to take an opportunity to thank the people that have actually consistently been supporting this channel and helping it to grow as little as it has, and giving me the support that you have. It means the world to me. And especially those 2 or 3 people who share my videos and leave likes and comments. You guys are the best. And I swear to God, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be doing this. I can only hope that as I keep doing this for years, that we continue to grow and have fun together. But I just wanted to take an opportunity to say thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Last question. And this one comes from Cassidy. Cassidy, hey girl. Would you rather be able to see 10 minutes into your future or the future of somebody else? Pardon my villainy, but of course, I would rather see 10 minutes into my own future. Of course I would. Who wouldn't? Dude, can you imagine how much easier so many things would be? You can make a decision. You can see the consequences of a decision 10 minutes into the future. And if you don't like it, if it doesn't pan out, if you know that that lottery ticket is not going to give you anything, if you know that that chicken bone is going to make you choke, if you know that girl is going to throw a drink in your face if you ask her out or talk to her, and you can see into that future and make a different choice, holy shit, we would have, my luck would increase by 9,000%. I would have Ferris Bueller kind of luck. Of course, I would want my own 10 minutes. Of course I would. Wouldn't you? My God. All right, guys. That's all the questions. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for hanging out with me while I had my dinner and spilled shit all over my shirt because I'm sloppy that way. All right. Guys, I'm happy to do as many Q&A videos as you like. So keep submitting questions. I'll keep doing videos. And keep doing this with my hands like I'm directing traffic or air controller or raise the roof. Whatever. All right. But Any suggestions for future content, please leave them in the comments below. And if it's your first time here, hey, good to see ya. Subscribe. But as always, keep the shadows at your feet and forever out of your heart. I loves ya. Oh, I appreciate ya. Laters.